Believe in yourself, a kid's moral story. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled between hills and forests, there lived a young boy named Timmy. Timmy was always nervous and unsure of himself. He had many dreams, but he didn't believe that he could achieve them. Whenever he tried something new, like playing soccer or drawing, he would often give up because he thought he wasn't good enough. One sunny afternoon, the village held a big talent show, and everyone was encouraged to participate. Timmy's friends told him to join, but Timmy hesitated. "I'm not good at anything," he said sadly. "What if I fail and embarrass myself?" His friends tried to encourage him, but Timmy's doubts made him feel small and unimportant. Then, one evening, Timmy's grandmother, who had seen him struggling with his confidence, sat down beside him. "Timmy, I want to tell you a secret," she said with a smile. "The secret to doing well in anything you try is believing in yourself. You may not be the best right away, but if you keep trying and trust that you can improve, you'll surprise yourself with how far you can go." Timmy thought about his grandmother's words. The next day, he decided to join the talent show. He wasn't sure what talent he had, but he wanted to try. Timmy practiced every day, reminding himself that it was okay to not be perfect. Slowly, he gained more confidence. On the day of the talent show, Timmy nervously stood on the stage and performed a simple dance routine he had practiced. To his surprise, the audience clapped and cheered. He didn't win first place, but he felt proud of himself for believing in his abilities. From that day forward, Timmy knew that if he believed in himself, he could accomplish anything. He learned that it wasn't about being perfect, but about trying with all your heart. And so, Timmy went on to pursue many more dreams, always remembering the lesson his grandmother taught him: when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Moral of the story: believe in yourself, and don't be afraid to try new things. With self-confidence and perseverance, you can achieve your dreams. Lily and her little brother Sam loved playing in Maplewood Park. Every afternoon, they would run to the swings, chase butterflies, and feed the ducks at the pond. Their mother always reminded them, "Stay where I can see you, and never talk to strangers." One sunny day, while Sam was busy collecting pebbles, Lily noticed a friendly-looking man sitting on a bench. He had a warm smile and a bag full of colorful candies. "Hello, little girl," he said kindly. "Would you like some candy? I have plenty to share." Lily hesitated. She remembered what her mother had told her. Never take anything from strangers. But the man seemed so nice. "Come on," he urged. "I have even more in my car, just around the corner." Before Lily could respond, Sam tugged on her hand. "Lily, let's go back to Mom," he whispered, looking uneasy. Lily suddenly felt nervous. She took a step back. "No, thank you," she said firmly, grabbing Sam's hand and hurrying away. As they ran toward their mother, the man quickly got up and walked in the opposite direction. When they reached their mom, Lily told her everything. Their mother's face turned pale. "You did the right thing," she said, hugging them tightly. "Not everyone who seems friendly is a good person." Later, they told the park security guard about the man. He nodded seriously. "You kids are smart," he said. "Sometimes bad people try to trick children. It's always best to walk away and tell an adult." From that day on, Lily and Sam were extra careful. They still had fun at the park, but they never talked to strangers again. They had learned a very important lesson: not everyone who smiles is a friend. And so, they stayed safe and always remembered their mother's words: trust your instincts and never trust strangers. One day, a wealthy man decided to take his young son on a trip to the countryside. His intention was to show the boy how poor people lived so that he could learn to appreciate their own luxurious life. The father believed that once his son saw the struggles of the less fortunate, he would be more grateful for their wealth. They traveled to a small farm where a poor family lived. The family welcomed them warmly, offering what little they had. The father and son spent 2 days with them, observing their way of life. They ate simple meals, worked in the fields, and watched how the family lived without modern conveniences. On their journey back home, the father turned to his son and asked, "So, my boy, how did you find our trip? What have you learned from staying with this poor family?" He expected his son to acknowledge how difficult life was for the less privileged and to express gratitude for their own fortune. However, the son's response surprised him. The boy thought for a moment and then said, "I learned that while we have servants to serve us, they serve each other. We have one dog, but they have 4. We have imported lanterns to light up our garden, but they have the stars at night." The father listened in silence as his son continued. "We buy all of our food, but they grow theirs with love and care. We have a large swimming pool in our backyard, but they have an endless creek, flowing with fresh water. We have high walls surrounding our house to keep us safe, but they have friends who look out for them." The boy paused for a moment and then added, "We live in a big house with all the luxuries, but they have a home filled with love and happiness. We have everything money can buy, yet they have something we don't, contentment and peace." The father was speechless. He had taken his son on this trip to make him appreciate their wealth, but instead, the boy had discovered a deeper truth. He had realized that true wealth was not about money or possessions but about relationships, nature, and a fulfilling life. Finally, the son looked up at his father and smiled. "Thank you, Dad, for showing me how poor we really are." Don't lose hope, the farmer and the donkey. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a kind-hearted farmer who owned a loyal but old donkey. The donkey had served him for many years, carrying heavy loads and working hard in the fields. One day, while wandering around the farm, the donkey accidentally fell into a deep, dry well. It brayed loudly in fear, hoping someone would come to its rescue. Hearing the donkey's cries, the farmer rushed to the well. He looked down and saw his beloved donkey struggling to climb out. The farmer felt helpless because the well was too deep, and he had no way to pull the donkey up. He thought long and hard about what to do. After much thought, the farmer sadly decided that since the donkey was old and weak, it would be best to fill the well with soil. He believed this would put the donkey out of its misery. He called his neighbors for help, and together they began shoveling dirt into the well. At first, the donkey panicked as it felt the dirt falling onto its back. It cried even louder, thinking that the farmer had abandoned it. But then, something surprising happened. The donkey realized that every time the dirt fell on its back, it could shake it off and step up. As more dirt was shoveled in, the donkey continued to shake it off and step on top of it. Slowly but surely, the donkey started rising higher in the well. The people above kept throwing dirt, unaware of what was happening. The donkey never gave up and kept moving upward. After some time, the donkey had climbed high enough to reach the top of the well. With one final leap, it jumped out and landed safely on the ground. The farmer and his neighbors were astonished to see the donkey standing before them, alive and free. The farmer was filled with joy and regret at the same time. He hugged the donkey and realized that he had underestimated its strength and determination. He promised to take better care of the donkey from that day forward. This story teaches us that no matter how many problems life throws at us, we should never give up. Just like the donkey, we must shake off the difficulties and use them as steps to rise higher. Every challenge can be turned into an opportunity for growth. Whenever life feels tough, remember the donkey's lesson. Instead of letting problems bury us, we should keep stepping up and moving forward. With hope and determination, we can overcome any difficulty. So, no matter how hard life gets, never lose hope. Keep pushing forward, and success will come your way. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young boy named Arun. He was kind, hardworking, and loved by everyone. However, Arun had one special quality that made him stand out: he always spoke the truth, no matter what the situation was. His parents taught him that honesty is the best policy, and he followed their advice sincerely. One day, while walking home from school, Arun found a small leather pouch lying on the road. He picked it up and opened it to find several gold coins inside. His eyes widened with surprise, but he quickly closed the pouch. He knew that someone must have lost it and would be searching for it. Without wasting time, Arun went straight to the village head's house to report what he had found. The village head was surprised by Arun's honesty. He praised the boy and announced the lost pouch in the village square. The next day, a wealthy merchant came looking for his lost pouch. He was relieved when the village head returned it to him. The merchant asked, "Who found my pouch?" When he learned that it was Arun, he was astonished by the boy's honesty. To reward Arun, the merchant offered him a handful of gold coins from the pouch. But Arun politely refused, saying, "I only did what was right." The villagers were amazed at Arun's integrity and praised him even more. His honesty became an inspiration for everyone in the village. From that day on, Arun's reputation grew, and people trusted him with important tasks. The village head often said, "Arun's honesty will take him far in life." Arun's simple act of truthfulness brought him respect and happiness, proving that honesty is indeed the best policy. In the kingdom of Eldoria, there lived a princess named Isabella, known far and wide for her kindness. Unlike other royals who spent their days in luxury, Isabella would often visit the villages, helping the sick and feeding the hungry. The people adored her, for she treated everyone as equals, from the poorest farmer to the wealthiest merchant. One day, as Isabella walked through the market disguised in a simple cloak, she overheard a woman crying. The woman, Marta, had lost her only cow, which provided milk for her children. Without hesitation, Isabella took off her golden bracelet and handed it to Marta. "Sell this," she said with a warm smile, "and buy another cow." Marta, unaware of the princess's true identity, hugged her in gratitude. But not everyone in the castle admired Isabella's generosity. Her stepmother, Queen Regina, saw kindness as a weakness. "A ruler must be feared, not loved," she often told the princess. Regina believed that Isabella would never make a strong queen if she continued to give away royal wealth to commoners. One evening, a terrible storm swept through Eldoria, destroying crops and leaving many villagers homeless. Isabella pleaded with her father, King Alden, to use the royal treasury to help rebuild the village. But the queen intervened. "We cannot waste gold on peasants," Regina argued. The king hesitated, torn between his wife's logic and his daughter's compassion. Seeing no other way, Isabella secretly gathered some of her own jewels and rode into the village under the cover of night. She bought food and blankets, helping as many as she could. Her actions did not go unnoticed. The villagers whispered of a mysterious helper, and soon, the king learned the truth. Instead of punishing Isabella, King Alden was moved by her selflessness. "A true ruler serves their people," he declared. Impressed by his daughter's wisdom, he ordered the treasury to be opened for aid. The queen, furious, could do nothing as the king's decision was final. As the years passed, Isabella continued to care for her people, earning their unwavering loyalty. When King Alden grew old, he named Isabella his successor. "A kingdom led by kindness will never fall," he said, placing the crown upon her head. Under Queen Isabella's rule, Eldoria flourished. She established schools for the poor, provided work for the unemployed, and ensured that no one went to bed hungry. Her kindness spread beyond Eldoria's borders, inspiring neighboring kingdoms to follow her ways. Even Queen Regina, once so cold, softened with time. She saw how the people adored Isabella, and slowly, she came to respect her stepdaughter's heart. In her final days, she admitted, "Perhaps kindness is not a weakness, but the greatest strength of all." And so, Queen Isabella's name was remembered in history, not as the wealthiest or the most powerful ruler, but as the kindest. And in Eldoria, kindness reigned forever. Lily was a little girl who loved to play, but she often wasted time doing nothing. She would sit for hours watching TV, daydreaming, or simply staring at the sky. Her mother always told her, "Time is precious, Lily. Use it wisely." But Lily didn't listen. One day, while playing in the attic, she found an old, golden clock covered in dust. As she touched it, the clock began to glow, and a tiny voice spoke, "I am the timekeeper. If you waste me, I will disappear." At first, Lily laughed and ignored the warning. She spent hours playing instead of studying. But soon, something strange happened. Whenever she wasted time, the clock's hands moved faster. Minutes turned into hours, and hours into whole days. Lily panicked. She wanted to go back and finish her homework, help her mom, and play with her little brother, but the time was already gone. "Please, timekeeper, give me another chance," she pleaded. With a soft ding, the clock stopped spinning, and everything returned to normal. Lily realized how valuable time was. From that day on, she planned her day wisely, finished her work first, and still had plenty of time for fun. The power of positivity. In a peaceful village, there lived a cheerful boy named Sam. He always believed that no matter what happened, something good would come out of it. His grandmother had once told him, "A positive mind can turn problems into opportunities." Sam took those words to heart and faced every challenge with a smile. One day, while playing near the river, Sam accidentally dropped his favorite wooden boat into the water. His friends laughed and said it was gone forever, but Sam smiled and said, "Maybe the river will bring me something even better." A few days later, a kind fisherman found the boat and returned it. He also gifted Sam a small fishing rod, saying, "Your smile shows kindness, and kindness brings good things back to you." Sam realized that staying positive had brought him not only his boat but also a new gift. Another time, Sam's school announced a big race. Sam had never won a race before, but instead of feeling discouraged, he told himself, "I'll practice every day and do my best." He trained hard and encouraged his friends to stay positive too. On the day of the race, even though he didn't come first, he finished with a big smile. His teacher said, "Winning is great, but believing in yourself is even greater." Sam felt proud, knowing that his positive attitude had made him stronger. One winter, a heavy storm hit the village, damaging many homes, including Sam's. While others worried, Sam said, "This is our chance to rebuild something even better." Inspired by his words, the villagers worked together, fixing homes and helping each other. Soon, the village looked more beautiful than before, and everyone realized that a positive attitude could turn difficulties into success. Sam's positivity didn't just help him, it inspired the whole village. Whenever someone felt sad or discouraged, they would remember Sam's words and find hope. His kindness and cheerful attitude made him a role model for everyone. From that day on, Sam continued to spread happiness and hope wherever he went. He learned that life is full of challenges, but with a positive heart, every problem can become a new opportunity. And so, he lived his life proving that a little positivity can make a big difference in the world. Problems in life, the secret to success ***. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a boy named Rohan. He often complained about his problems and how life was unfair to him. One day, he went to his wise grandfather and said, "Grandfather, life is so hard. I keep facing problems no matter what I do." His grandfather smiled and took him to the kitchen. He put 3 pots on the stove with boiling water. In one, he placed a potato, in the second, an egg, and in the third, some tea leaves. After some time, he took them out and asked, "What do you see?" Rohan replied, "A potato, an egg, and tea." The grandfather explained, "The potato went in strong but became soft. The egg was fragile but became hard inside. The tea leaves, however, changed the water itself." Problems in life are like boiling water. You can become weak like the potato, tough like the egg, or create something new like the tea leaves. Rohan understood the lesson. Instead of fearing problems, he started facing them with courage and creativity. He realized that success comes not from avoiding problems but from how we deal with them. From that day on, Rohan worked hard and never complained again. He grew up to be a wise and successful man, always remembering his grandfather's lesson: the secret to success lies in our attitude towards life's challenges. Emma lay in bed, staring at the ceiling as her thoughts swirled like a storm. She replayed an awkward conversation from earlier, overanalyzing every word, every glance. Had she said the wrong thing? Did they think she was foolish? Her mind raced, constructing imaginary scenarios where everything went wrong. The weight of it pressed against her chest, making it hard to breathe. She turned onto her side, clenching her fists. "Enough," she muttered. Overthinking had never changed the past or predicted the future. It only stole the peace of the present. She sat up, inhaling deeply, counting her breaths: 1, 2, 3, 4, then exhaling slowly. A small sense of calm settled over her. Looking around, she spotted her journal on the nightstand. She grabbed it and started writing, spilling every anxious thought onto the page. With each sentence, her mind felt lighter. She reminded herself that most worries never came true and that even if they did, she would handle them when the time came. Closing the journal, she stretched her arms and rolled her shoulders. The tension had eased. She turned off the light, focusing on the softness of her pillow and the warmth of her blanket. Instead of battling her thoughts, she embraced the present moment. And for the first time in days, she drifted into sleep with a quiet mind.